I now recognize Ms. Mace from South Carolina.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you for the invitation to participate in today's hearing. Ms. Goss-Graves, so-called, quote, expert in women's rights. Do you know how many years it took South Carolina to elect its first Republican woman to Congress?
Well, what year did
100 years since women got the right to vote. Do you know how many years it took the Citadel, the Military College of South Carolina, to graduate its first woman?
Well,
157 years. So I have a series of yes or no questions I would like to ask you based on some of your previous statements. In your opening statement today, you said trans women are women. Ms. Goss-Graves, what is a woman?
So a woman is an adult female. A woman identifies as a woman, and I actually think it is.
What do you consider a female? What is a female?
So there are some women who were assigned a female.
You say you're here to defend women. You say you're here to defend women, but shouldn't you be able to define one? Shouldn't you be able to define one if you're for women's rights?
That's literally what I'm.
Ms. Goss-Graves, do women have penises?
So again, I believe that women.
Democrats have gone so crazy. Women can have penises. That's not a thing. That's not biology. It's not science. And you sound like a lunatic.
And the women.
Should young girls just get used to penises in their locker rooms and showers? My next question, yes or no? Should little girls get used to penises in their locker rooms and showers? Yes or no?
I don't know what you're talking about, but what I will say.
Oh, I absolutely do. We've heard testimony today about trans women. Those are women with penises. Those aren't real women. I'm going to reclaim my time. When President Trump issued an executive order to keep men out of women's sports, thank God he did. You said it was sexist.
Yes.
Bullying that harms all students.
Correct.
Is it sexist, yes or no, to protect women from men in sports? Yes or no?
If
Can't
you
answer the
want
question.
to
Is it
protect
sexist to
women,
acknowledge basic science? Men and women are built differently. Is it sexist to acknowledge science? Can't answer the question. Does forcing little girls to strip down in front of men in locker rooms harm girls? Does forcing little girls to strip down in front of men in the locker room harm little girls? Yes or no? Can't answer the question. Does forcing little girls to shower, I'm going to reclaim my time. You can quit talking. These are yes or no questions. You can answer them or not. And you've chosen not to answer the questions today because you don't know how. It's shameful.
You know how to answer.
Do you support drugging and chopping off kids' genitals in the name of inclusion? Is that a thing for you?
I have to say.
You get off on that?
So stunned.
All right, when a biological man crushes a girl in a contact sport and sends her to the ER, is that your idea of empowerment? Is that empowering women when a young man beats a girl and takes her, sends her to the ER in a contact sport? Is that empowering women? Is that what that is?
Are you talking about Ms. McNabb?
I'm talking about any woman who gets crushed in a sport by a man physically and has to go to the ER.
Ms. McNabb and others.
I'm going to reclaim my time.
Concussion protocol.
Madam Chair, we'll show that the witness. I'm going to reclaim my time. You can stop talking now. I'm reclaiming.
This is Ms. Mace's time, Ms. Goss-Graves.
I would like some of that time back, Madam Chair. If a man can be a woman, just identify as a woman, as you say, just by saying so, what is the point of having women's sports? What is the point of women's spaces? What is the point of women's scholarships? If you're just going to allow men to take them away, why even bother? Why bother? The loudest voices, I'm not asking you a question, I'm speaking. The loudest voices on the left claiming to fight for women's rights are the very first people to take them away, steal them, and tear these women down. You're the first to erase them. Mr. Liefeld, Ms. Goss-Graves, you all are shameful. I didn't come here to play with an ideology hell-bent on erasing women and grooming children. That's what you all are. You're groomers. And we're not going to. The chairwoman and I, Madam Chair, I'm going to reclaim my time.
This is Ms. Mace's time. Ms. Goss-Graves, Ms. Goss-Graves.
This is a shocking thing to say about
Ms. Goss-Graves, you are not recognized.
Okay, but I just want to say that is a shocking.
You are not recognized, Ms. Goss-Graves. The time belongs to Ms. Mace.
Okay, fine.
Like Chairwoman Greene, I've been holding the line for women, standing between perverts and the rights of women and girls, and we're not going to let anyone in this country forget what a woman is. Mr. Liefeld, will you face Ms. Stephanie Turner today? Will you look her in the eyes? Will you apologize to her for the way that she was treated by USA Fencing, standing up for women and girls, women's rights, standing her ground as a woman who only wanted to fence with other women? Will you apologize to her today?
Congresswoman Mace, Ms. Turner was given a black card under our rules.
Will
which
you
aligned with those of
apologize for the way
International
she was
Federation.
treated? So that's a no.
So,
won't do it.
Congresswoman, if I could respond to one thing.
You know what's unbecoming of a leader? You said this just in your testimony just like 5 minutes ago.
Yes, ma'am.
That you've said several things that are just disgusting and unbecoming of a leader, to use your words. It's unbecoming of a leader today to acknowledge what has happened to this young woman. You just look at her face and look what she has been through, the courage it took her to stand up for her rights as a woman and other women in other sports all across the country. And you can't even as a man look her in the eye and apologize for what happened to her. And as my colleague, Congressman Greene, said, real men protect women. You're not one.
I want to say to everyone out there who is listening, whether you're a transgender American, an LGBTQ plus individual, or any American out there, we are fighting for you. We love you. We support you.
I hope the Democrats keep fighting for the mentally ill biological men who keep trying to beat down women in sports, because it's a losing position, it's a losing battle, and that was proven in the last election. Today we conducted oversight of our nation's national governing body for the sport of fencing. And with so many of our nation's institutions, USA Fencing has been captured by the left. They've banned the national anthem before competitions, selected tournament competition locations based on state abortion and DEI laws, and punished female athletes for refusing to compete against men. Earlier today, the ranking member called us weird for standing up for girls and women when she's the one who supports sex changes surgeries for little kids and forcing women to undress in front of creepy, perverted men. I'll let the American people decide who the weirdos are, because I think we know. The American people are tired of cultural Marxism and perverted sexual ideas being shoved down their throats, especially when it is being done with our own tax dollars. The issue of men competing in women's sports shouldn't even have to be a discussion. It's unfair, unsafe, and straight up abusive. As board chair of USA Fencing, Mr. Lefelt has used his position to push his own personal trans agenda on the sport. As a matter of fact, Liz Kokab is the most decorated American veteran fencer in history. And that is a man, a biological man, who is a 9th career gold medalist. Let's be real. Mr. Lefelt is not pretending anymore. He's defending the trans. And here's the issue. When you're sending emails to yourself calling yourself Dorothy, and you get caught and have to apologize for lying like that right here in the Oversight Committee, that is pathetic. When you're calling parents whiny for defending their own little girls from the biological males that you're allowing to compete against them, that's pathetic. Mr. Lefelt, you should resign from the chair of USA Fencing. You do not deserve the position that you have, and that's the recommendation I have as the chair of the DOGE Subcommittee on Oversight. And furthermore, it is pathetic that you're a father of a little girl that you would be perfectly fine to teach and encourage to lose, because there is no female athlete that ever wants to lose or come in second place. You're sitting next to 2 champions next to you today that never wanted to lose, that never wanted to suffer a brain injury, that never wanted to have to face a male athlete in their sport. And you failed them, and you are failing women. You need to resign.